Everyone, this is Too Cool Conduit, and this is a Too Cool review on Halo Reach, one of the greatest first-person shooters ever created on any system. If you're an Xbox 360 owner and you're listening to this right now and watching this video, go get the game right now. Stop this review, stop what you're doing, get your shoes on, get your car, and get this game. Go buy it now. Not convinced? Stay tuned and listen to me as I explain to you why this game is a legend. It's perfect in almost every single way that you could possibly think of. Every possible mode that you could possibly want in really any game, not just first-person shooters, is in this game. A custom stage creator mode, forge mode. It allows you to create custom maps from scratch or customize maps that the developers, Bungie, have already made for this game. And tweak it to your heart's content. And, you know, that's real awesome. There's also a mode called Theater Mode, which is really cool because it can record everything that you do, and you could save it, save every single video that you make, and, you know, save it and watch it to your heart's content whenever you want. And that's really awesome. But now I'm going to move on to the two creme de creme modes. The reasons why you're really going to play this game. Campaign and multiplayer. I'll start off with campaign. Now, campaign is a really great mode. Why? Because it is just so engaging. Now, I have to tell you, when I first heard about this game, I was kind of skeptical. I'm a big fan of Halo. Heck, I almost like this game more than any other game I possibly have. And, you know, I was kind of wondering if this game was just going to be a cheap ripoff of the books that were written about the fall of Reach. I thought they were just going to simply copy that and, you know, it's done. Let's sell it. But gladly, it is not the same. Now, of course, it's kind of obvious what they're doing, and, you know, that this is the prequel to the first Halo game. But, you know, it doesn't matter because it's presented in such a way that doesn't feel like, you know, you've really seen it before, but it just feels familiar in terms of the gameplay, the type of characters you meet, and the atmosphere that befalls Reach, which is really awesome. And I am pleasantly pleased with everything that you can do in campaign, and all the characters are great, though, spoiler alert, they all die by the end of the game, even the character you play as, Noble Six, which, by the way, is essentially you. Because they've made it to where this character does have a voice and does have a sort of character profile, but doesn't have a specific name, is not anyone particularly famous or, you know, a specific character within the Halo universe. So it's kind of like they're making it like, you are Noble Six, you are the Spartan. And, you know, that's cool. I like that idea from the first game, Halo Combat Evolved, but they've made it better tenfold in Halo Reach. You really do feel like you're playing as your own Spartan and that you are involved in the story. And that's great, because, you know, obviously that's half the game right there, so you want to make that part good, and it is. Now, the type of options you have for campaign are pretty good. There are these options called skulls that you can turn on for certain effects in the game, like bigger explosions from the grenades, really anything that explodes, or really hindering stuff, like I think a skull called Thunderstorm. I think that disables your radar, and I know there's one skull that disables your heads-up display to the point where you don't see anything, your health, the aiming rectal, or anything. That stuff is really for people who want extra challenge or particular types of challenges in the game. And that's pretty cool. And then there's actually the actual difficulty modes. Easy is, well, easy. I mean, it's not as easy as some other games that I've played that have the easy mode. But, you know, it certainly isn't so hard that you're not going to be able to complete the levels in like maybe 5, 8, 10 minutes maybe at the most. If you're really not that good with the game. But that's really the type of mode you want to, difficulty you want to play if you're just wanting to enjoy the campaign and not really wanting to worry about if you're going to die in the next 2 seconds or something. But heroic and legendary are incredibly difficult difficulties. I mean, on me and my brother Mr. Momobot, who play this campaign mode together, which that's another thing. You can play campaign with another player, and that's a huge plus. It means you're not just by yourself playing the game. You can play it with somebody else, and that's really great. But anyway, he and me play this game, and we're trying to beat it on legendary difficulty, and it is tough. The very first stage we got on, Winter Contingency, it took us 3 hours, exactly 3 hours to complete the game. And the only way we could complete it was by doing this strategy we made up in the first Halo, where we'd kill each other, take our own ammo, just keep doing it until we had plenty to spare, and just unload it on all our enemies. That's what we had to do to beat it. That one stage, and we're not even done yet. I think we're halfway there, but you know, I think it's going to be a bit before we actually finish the whole game on Legendary. Let alone each of us doing it by ourselves, because there's no award that you can get for completing the game with another player on Legendary, and there's also another award that you can get for completing the game by yourself on Legendary, and that is tough. I don't think I'm that kind of material in terms of player, but you know, I certainly won't mind trying because it's fun. Now I will get on to one of the basically the best thing about this game: online matchmaking and multiplayer. Now the local multiplayer that you play is pretty good. I mean, compared to the online, it's not really that great in a way. But you know, if you're just wanting to play with some friends and all that stuff right there, sitting on your couch, it certainly will accommodate you. And you can meet up with your own friends that you've made friends with on Xbox Live, and invite them to play on custom maps and modes and things that you've made for yourself. So it's essentially almost the same as online, but the difference is that with online you could play with anyone. But the only problem is that in terms of the custom maps that you make and modes and everything, you can't download or upload different modes to the Halo server, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's something that, you know, it's not that big a deal. But one thing I have to mention is that they've introduced a credit jackpot system on online matchmaking, which that kind of sounds cool, right? Basically it's a thing that gives you incentive to stay in a game and not just quit on your teammates. It essentially can double or triple the amount of credits that you would normally get from playing, whether you win or lose. And then, you know, you get more credits, and that's always a good thing, because you can give your Spartan more character by adding different pieces of armor to it. And that's really awesome. But what isn't awesome about it is that if you quit too many times, it'll ban you for 10 minutes from Xbox Live. And you know, I'm not sure if it's just Xbox Live in general, but it certainly does for just Halo Reach's gameplay online. And that sucks. You shouldn't do that. And what's worse is that most of the time for me, whenever I've had to quit, it's either been because the game would not boot us off the game, or would boot us off the game by itself because it was having too many connectivity problems, or somebody would boot us off if we accidentally killed them, or, you know, we kill them in retaliation for betraying us. And you know, that sucks. They ban basically anyone who is booted off because of the game. And that's not good. But you know, that's really just kind of an issue for some people. It could be an issue for some people, but you know, it's not that big a deal when it all comes down to it. Well, that's it. That's my review, and I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day.